Hello, you guys. It has been another Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine Sunday. So we are here for another recap because I am still enjoying both of these shows. I still have thoughts on these shows. You guys know the minute I stop enjoying these shows, I stop reviewing these shows. But let's start with it. We go into Real Housewives of Potomac. Everybody is still at Ashley's little beach house that's not on the beach. And Robin is sitting around telling everybody she don't care what they have to say about her relationship. She don't care what they have to say about her marriage. She don't care. Robin, you were on a TV show. This is why I'm going to keep saying Robin just needs to be fired. Like, Robin does not understand how reality TV works. When Robin is so used to her and Giselle talking shit about other people's lives that now that it's coming back on her, she can't handle it because she's never had to handle it. It was okay dishing it out to Karen, dishing it out to Monique, dishing it out to Wendy, dishing it out to Candace. She had no problem with that. But now that she is on the hot seat and there's just no way that she can escape it, she is frustrated. And it really shows what I have been saying since the Robin and Giselle came on TV. They have never had to have their personal lives under fire. They have never been the face of scrutiny of this show, and that's because they have not been able to handle it. Robin cannot handle it, and that's why they constantly keep their personal lives away from each other. And this is further proof that Robin never intended for her business to be on this show. So she can stop saying, like, we wasn't going through this now, that's why I didn't show it. You're lying. You never wanted this on the show because you don't want any of your personal business on this show. You and Giselle are very comfortable just stirring the pot, being in other people's mess, commentating on other people's mess, and that's pretty much it. It's no different than the reason why Giselle won't bring a man on this show that she actually likes, or she won't show any part of her personal life that is not already like fine, is what happened within the Park After Dark with Monique. Like, Giselle was vulnerable for 2 seconds. For 2 seconds, Giselle was vulnerable, and you see what happened there. All of a sudden, Monique bringing accusations about her man, and so she cut that shit all the way out. They cannot handle being in the hot seat. They cannot handle what they dish out, and that's just the truth on the truth. So they are back at the table. Wendy is talking about how she don't like none of these girls. She not inviting none of these girls to nothing. I have two thoughts on that. Number one, Mia, why would Wendy like you? Mia all of a sudden is sitting here acting like it's weird that Wendy doesn't like her. You threw a drink on her, and there has never been any resolve in any of that. And yes, Mia was talking shit about her on social media. So what are you expecting from Wendy? But we do get Wendy saying that Mia is slow, and this is going to start an entire thing. Wendy is right. Mia is dumb. Mia is very, very dumb, and I wouldn't even go back and forth with Mia because the simple fact that Mia wants you to sit up here and be friends with her, it's just like, Mia, do you not remember you threw a whole drink on me? So I don't know what Mia is talking about her and Wendy being friends again. That don't even make no goddamn sense. Karen and Robin get to talking with one another, and they agree they not gonna start rumors and stuff about that. Where Robin is wrong, Robin claims that Karen started with Robin, and that's why Robin and Karen don't get along. Robin and Giselle have made Karen the butt of their jokes since this show has started. Since this show has started, Karen has been the butt of their jokes. They started with Karen way before Karen started with them. So, like, please spare me. But once again, Robin and Giselle and Ashley don't see anything wrong with people like when they meddle in other people's life. They just see that as part of the show. But when you do that to them, oh my gosh, it's the worst thing you ever could have done to them. They see it as jokes. They see it as jokes. It's not that serious. But if you do it to them, oh, you attacking them. Why do you think Giselle don't like Wendy? Why do you think Giselle don't like Wendy? That brings me to the second thing I want to talk about with this. This show needs a reset. Too many people do not like each other. Like, I think everyone needs to come together and be like, bygones be bygones, because there are just too many things that are just not working. Candace don't talk to nobody but Karen and Wendy. Wendy not talking to Giselle, Robin, or Mia. Robin not talking to Candace or Wendy. Like, what's going on here? She barely talked to Karen. Giselle don't talk to Candace or Wendy. Like, no one's talking to her. Ashley don't talk to Candace. Like, nothing. Candace don't talk to Ashley. Like, there's too many people not talking. And that's why you got Ashley over here trying to be messy boots, because, like, no one wants to organically hang out with each other. None of these girls like each other. So there needs to be a come to Jesus meeting where everyone just starts to start on a new foot, because what's going to happen is what happened to Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's going to become stale. We're going to start getting these storylines that are full of bullshit and all this stuff because nobody actually wants to hang out with one another. That's why we're getting this stupid Nneka and Wendy storyline, because nobody else hanging out with each other. Let's move on. We get Juan back on the show. Juan ain't never been on this show this goddamn much. Juan must be in the doghouse, and Robin said, you gonna have to film with me in order to get out of it, because baby, we ain't never seen Juan this much. Is this cover up? Like, ooh, see, he be home, like we not falling for it. We ain't never seen Juan this goddamn much. Giselle is with her daughter. The only time Giselle is likable is when she is with her daughters. Here's the thing. Giselle has the Kenya syndrome, not me, Kenya Moore, where when you see them in certain moments, you can see why people would be attracted to Giselle and Kenya. You could see how they could be girls, how they could be people that you want to hang out with them. There's a side of them that is just very, very, down to earth and fun. They seem like fun girls. They seem like really, really fun girls. It's just the other stuff, you be like, now that's curious. Why you acting like that? Like, they don't have to be as nasty as they be being. Kenya is 100% like a new leaf. She's not really like that anymore. I'm talking about original Kenya, but Giselle is very much so like that. And it's like, Giselle, why can't you be like this all the time? Let's move on. Karen goes to Mia's house, and this will be the first and last time Mia's house will see me. There's too much goddamn shit going on in that house, baby. That house is small. That house is small. I am not going over to Mia's apartment, please. This is Real Housewives of Potomac. I am not going over to Mia's apartment to have hors d'oeuvres. Like, absolutely not. You got the camera crew who we literally can see in the mirror, because where else the fuck they gonna stand? You got all these kids running around. Goddamn, the dining room table inside the kitchen. Like, what the fuck is this? The living room in the kitchen. Like, come on. You know what? Mia is brave for inviting people over to that house, because I wouldn't. Because I absolutely wouldn't. We got on Robin for being in the house she was in Baltimore back before she got her new house. But baby, that was living luxury compared to the way Mia is living. But baby, they get to talking and whatever. Karen and Mia friends again. I ain't got nothing to say about that. Wendy and Ashley, do they get to talking? No. Wendy gets to talking to Ashley. I'm talking about Ashley to Candace and this new girl who I really didn't quite catch her name. Sorry. They get to talking, and I'm here to tell you, Wendy, Ashley is not your friend. Ashley does not have friends on this show. Ashley is a friend to no one, because Ashley is desperate. Ashley is a woman who is used to operating out of desperation. That's why she married Michael Darby, allegedly. I'm just talking. But that's why she married Michael Darby, because Ashley is always going to try to pull herself up out of situations. She is always going to try to better her situation and put herself first, because Ashley is always in a survival mindset. That's why she can't divorce Michael Darby, because she's always in a survival mindset. So Ashley don't have shit going on this show. Have y'all looked around? Ashley does not have shit going on in this show. She don't have a storyline. She really ain't got no even real beefs with none of these girls. Ashley don't have nothing going on this show, right? And so the only way Ashley can maintain what she has on this show is to stir the pot, to be in the middle of mess. And Wendy, she is going to throw you to the wolves. That is her point, because she has no loyalty. She'll throw Giselle under the bus. She'll throw Robin under the bus. We know she'll throw Candace under the bus. She'll throw anybody under the bus. She will throw her own mama under the bus if it helps her, because Ashley operates out of desperation. So Wendy, trying to be friends with Ashley is fruitless. It is absolutely fruitless. Anyways, we get Mia saying that she's upset that Wendy called her slow because Mia's son deals with learning disabilities. Here's the thing. No. We should not call people slow, because it is rooted in some type of ableism. It is, it can make other people feel small and all of that type of stuff. So I agree, we should not be calling people slow. But to sit up here and act like Wendy was being insidious outside of her just thinking you're an idiot, she should have called you dumb 100%. But that's what she meant. She meant that you were dumb. And this is where I have to agree with Ashley for the first time ever. Ashley is right. Mia don't give a good goddamn that Wendy called her slow. She do not care. She do not care what this has to do with her son. Mia just was like, ooh, I have this connection and this connection. I'm about to make Wendy feel bad. That's what all of this is for. Mia's not working on nobody. Mia's not, because we know you don't actually care. We know you do not actually care about this. You just want to stick it to Wendy, and you want to sit here and be like, see, Wendy don't care about people with mental disabilities. That's what you want to do, but we all knew that's not what she meant. But yes, we should not be calling people slow, but still, that's not how Wendy meant it. So Mia, save it. Next thing we have is Karen talking about how no one brought up Candace's name at the luncheon at Ashley's house. Karen is right. They're 100% trying to ice out Candace, and it's honestly kind of working because Candace be barely here, and the only time she hears, she's talking about her music, and I don't give a good goddamn. So, like, it's working in a way, but, like, it's also transparent. Like she said, y'all aren't bringing up Candace because y'all don't want Candace to have any type of storyline, and I appreciate Karen being like, you know, I'm gonna put Candace's name out there. That's what they all need to do. Wendy and Karen and New Girl all need to come together and continue to put Candace's name there, bring up Candace's name, so they aren't able to ice Candace out and kick Candace off the show, because what they're going to do is say, we got Wendy and we got Nneka, we don't need another dark-skinned girl. Like, that's what they're going to do. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Robin and Giselle are not low. Like, please be serious, and Karen is right. But where Karen is wrong is, do not be following up Mia on this whole, she was making fun of my son shtick and all of that. Karen, be loyal to Wendy. Wendy needs allies. We can move on to pickleball. So they go to Wendy's christening of her sons. Not her, they christening, their first communion. They have a brunch. And Karen said this new sport called pickleball. Pickleball is not a new sport. I don't know what made pickleball have this big, like, new, like, resurgence. But pickleball is not a new sport. How I know pickleball is not a new sport, in middle school, at my middle school, we used to have a pickleball unit. I don't know why, but in gym class, we used to have a pickleball unit, and you had to learn how to play pickleball. It was actually really, really fun. I have a bunch of pickleball courts in my neighborhood, and pickleball is really, really fun, but pickleball is not a new sport. It's just a sport that, like, older people have kind of, like, picked up on, and, like, that's why people are playing pickleball. Pickleball is not new. King was playing pickleball at 12 years old down at the middle school, okay? Anyways, Ashley comes forward and says that she lied on Nneka, and Nneka didn't say anything about Wendy being Osu and all of that. Once again, Ashley is just insidious. Ashley is just insidious. She lied intentionally. And I think Ashley probably carried this lie back to someone, probably to Giselle or Robin, and been like, I said this, and then they probably was like, girl, you doing a little too much. You're doing a little too much. The girl's gonna come for us. And so now she has to walk it back, but this 100% was what she was intending to do. She was intending to be messy. It's just like, this is the mess that she actually do not want to step into. Nneka goes out to eat with Robin, and Nneka says that Wendy's family has been harassing and bullying her. And here's the thing, Wendy got some stale tea from Ashley, therefore that's why her family doing it. So that's why I just don't even want this to become a whole storyline, because it's all becoming a storyline on the back of Ashley being a fucking liar. That's what all that goddamn is. Oh, and by the way, at the same lunch where Robin was sitting there being like, so did she know you? Why did she introduce herself like she didn't know you? That was Robin being messy. Because, like, here's the thing. Wendy and Nneka met in passing. Of course, I'm going to reintroduce myself to you. If I've been out of college a few years now, if there's someone I knew in college, like, briefly, like, maybe we had a friend of a friend, and, like, they work at a job now that I also work at, I'm going to reintroduce myself to them. Even though she know and I know we both met each other 3 years ago, I'm still going to reintroduce myself because we're meeting each other again in a different space, a different time, a different platform. Like, come on, be serious. Robin was being messy there. And that's the end of the episode. Perfectly good episode. Ashley, let's do trending. Since we on episode 3, let's do trending. Giselle ain't got shit going on. Candace ain't got shit going on. Robin trending down, clicking way down. She already was trending down, clicking even further down. Ashley clicking even further down. Wendy, fine. Who else? Karen trending down because I didn't like how she handled that Wendy stuff, but I do like how she tried to stay on Candace's side, so I do like her there. Who else is on this goddamn show? NECA. You want to know who NECA reminds me of? I went to the University of Alabama for college. NECA reminds me of a black girl that's in a sorority, and I actually don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean that in a positive way. Black girls who are in white sororities get a bad rep. People drag them for filth because they're white girls and they're black girls in white sororities when they could join a black sorority. They get a bad name, but actually the black girls that were in white sororities at Bama were always really nice. Like if I had a group project with them, some of them I was friends with, they were all perfectly nice people. They just get a bad rep, and that's what NECA reminds me of. NECA reminds me of one of them, and I actually mean that in a positive way. They just have a very fun, bright spirit, and that's what NECA has, and I enjoy NECA in that way. So I actually like NECA as we are getting her right now. Anyone else on this damn show? Child, there's too many people on this damn show. I do think cuts need to be made next season because there's too many people on this goddamn show. Anyway, let's move on to Married to Medicine. An episode I enjoyed more than I enjoyed Potomac. I'm just going to get this out of the way just to start. Leave Sweet Tea alone. I think it is time to leave Sweet Tea alone. Here is the thing. Everyone brought Sweet Tea on this show for their own agenda. You have Heavenly, who brought Sweet Tea on this show 100% just to be the punching bag. Sweet Tea is the punching bag. She is the person who we're going to start drama with. We're going to constantly bring up Quad. We're going to do all of this. And Sweet Tea is the person who's going to give us that drama. That is just not a reason to bring someone on the show. That is very unkind to Sweet Tea. Then you have Toya. Toya is pretending to be Sweet Tea's friend only because she does not like Quad. And I don't understand how other people do not see this. Toya does not give a shit about Sweet Tea. Toya is only friends with Sweet Tea because she does not like Quad. If Toya was friends with Quad, Toya would not give a fuck about Sweet Tea. You can even tell, Sweet Tea doesn't even seem like the type of person Toya would usually like coming on this show, but it's 100% in spite of Quad, and it's just like you're being very disingenuous as well, Toya, and I just think everyone needs to leave Sweet Tea alone. Like, y'all have had y'all fun. I do not want this to be the bag on Sweet Tea season because Sweet Tea doesn't get it. Like I said, Sweet Tea be grating on my nerves too every now and then, but I think there's just something fresh about Sweet Tea that she shows up in this world as herself, and that's why I can't fully get on the Sweet Tea sucks train that a lot of other people are on. I think Sweet Tea is fine. Let's move on. Simone and Jackie have lunch. I love Simone and Jackie lunches. I miss the Simone and Jackie lunches. Remember the season that Simone and Jackie was beefing and we didn't get no Simone and Jackie lunches? I love the Simone and Jackie lunches. I had to say that. So Sweet Tea and Heavenly go down to a restaurant and they get to having shots. And Sweet Tea start telling her truth. Sweet Tea start telling her truth. Baby, Dr. G is everything I told y'all Dr. G is. Dr. G is controlling, Dr. G is rude, and Dr. G is stingy. Of course, Dr. G is throwing it in your face that he paid for the house and all this stuff. Mind you, it's the same house he was in with Quad. It's the same house he was in with Quad. How much money can be left to pay on this goddamn house? Like, of course, Dr. G is throwing it in Sweet Tea's face. Of course, he is controlling. Yes, Sweet Tea was drunk. I do not think a sober Sweet Tea would have been spilling this tea, but of course he is. And I feel really bad for Sweet Tea because now she's in it. They good and married now. Now she is in it. Heavenly did say that there is no prenup. So like at least she get a little bit of money if they do break up. But yes, Sweet Tea, that's just Dr. G. Dr. G is not going to change his stripes. Dr. G wants someone he can control. And the reason why him and Quad broke up is because he could not control Quad. Quad was on her single kick, her independent kick, and he couldn't control her anymore. And the reason why he is with you, Sweet Tea, is because he can control you. And I 100% agree with her when she said that Dr. G was testing her because of the alarm, her not turning on the alarm or whatever. You test your kids. You test your kids. And don't even test them either. But I'm a grown woman. I'm a grown woman. You are not about to sit up here and try to teach me a lesson. Teach me a lesson? Who the fuck are you? That would have sent me out. I'm sorry. That's why I cannot do the whole being with a man for money, all of that type of stuff. Because, baby, all it takes is one of them, you trying to teach me a lesson. I'm going to teach us both a lesson. I shouldn't have been here and you should have known not to fucking play with me. I'm leaving. I am leaving. I cannot do that. But here is the thing, though. Sweet Tea got a job. And she said Dr. G only like pays for their living. Is being with Dr. G even all that great? Y'all in Quiet House. And all he do is pay for y'all living expenses. You still go to work. You on this show now, so you gonna get another check. And you pay for your own, like, stuff. So, like, what exactly even are you getting out of this Dr. G relationship? I don't know. She might just really like Dr. G. Let me mind my business. Let's move on. Oh, Sweet Tea. Also, Heavenly is not your friend. Heavenly is not the person to sit up there and gossip to back to back or tell about your intimate personal relationship, because Heavenly gonna run that shit back every single time, and you learn that the hard way, dear. Let's move on. Ooh, Cecil and Simone kids. This is the reason why every now and then on Twitter, you get the people who are obsessed with generational wealth and black people. They be like, I'm going to give my kids everything because I had to struggle, and I don't think kids should know struggle. I don't think kids should pay their own phone bill. And, like, here is the thing. I agree to an extent. You got to know your kids. Some people just have a go-get-it attitude, and you can give those people everything in the world, and they still going to want to go get it. Those are some kids. But then you get Cecil and Simone kids. Cecil and Simone kids are lazy. They are lazy because they never had to fight for a single thing in a goddamn life. And I am so sorry. If I was Simone, I would have cut them off a long time ago. And y'all can talk. And y'all, some of these kids, baby, when that little boy said thank you for entitling me after she called him entitled, ooh, you would have had a job tomorrow. You would have had a job tomorrow. I can't do it. I cannot do it. And that's why sometimes y'all be throwing the baby out with the bathwater when it comes to people like spoiling their kids. I believe it's a kid by kid basis. It is a kid by kid basis. Some kids deserve to be 100% spoiled down because, baby, they get to work, they get theirs done, they good in school, they got a good head on their shoulders, they got a vision. Those are kids that should be spoiled down because they deserve it. All kids deserve to be spoiled, right? But once you start spoiling a kid and they become entitled, rude, nasty, lazy, and everything else in between, it's time to cut that shit off. Simone and Cecil kids would be a whole lot better if they paid a phone bill or two. I don't care what none of y'all say. I do not care what none of y'all say. It is a kid by kid basis. And yes, for us who did not grow up with a silver spoon in our mouth, we sitting here like, whoa, it would have been nice to have nice things growing up and not having to do certain things and not having to get a summer job or whatever because we didn't have those things. And so when we see kids who don't have to do all the stuff that we have to do, we're like, yeah, that's great. But baby, because we always been go-getters, we think all kids are go-getters, and they not. Simone and Cecil just like they daddies. Simone and Cecil kids just like they daddy. Directionless. Like, that is the biggest thing I learned from this. The biggest thing I learned from this is kids learn from what's in the home. And Simone and Cecil kids see Cecil every day. Their male figure is Cecil every day. What job do Cecil got? I'm sure Cecil got a little here, a little there. But Simone is the breadwinner. Simone is the breadwinner in that house. And what those two boys have seen is they daddy be directionless, go from this to that. And that's exactly how they are. That is exactly how they are. Oh no. Them kids. Oh, they would have to go without. And y'all can be mad about it. They would have to go without because you move on to like Heavenly daughter. Heavenly daughter seemed like a go-getter. She working down at the beauty supply store. She a go-getter. But like Simone was saying, we not an ATM machine. Money can't run dry. You are going to have some go-get. Some type of go-get for yourself. That is just life. You are going to have to go get it on your own at some point. And Cecil and Simone kids can't do that. Nope. So we get to Sweet Tea's bachelorette party. And baby, first you get Sweet Tea and her sister getting into it. This made me feel bad for Sweet Tea the most because Sweet Tea is just going through a lot. She gets a call from her wedding planner. Her wedding planner tells her like, hey, You $14,000 over budget. And here is the thing, $14,000 to the rest of them probably not a lot of money, but we know Dr. G cheap. We know Dr. G cheap. So therefore, $14,000 over budget is a lot of goddamn money. It's a lot of goddamn money. And so, like, she stressed out and she took it out on her sister. They got to beefing. That was very, very over the top and dramatic. But you know what? They got together and everything came out well in that. Quad shows up because Phaedra invited her. Quad should not have been invited to the thing, especially after you see Sweet Tea have her meltdown. Quad should not have been there. That was not kind. Like I said, it's the pick on Sweet Tea show, and I do not like that. I don't want drama at Sweet Tea's expense because Sweet Tea just seems like a perfectly fine person. But this is where I'm going to get on Toya. Toya, did y'all see how when Toya started talking, and Sweet Tea was like, well, this is my event, so, and Toya was like, actually, it's not your event. Yeah, Toya, mask off. Mask off. You do not give a shit about Sweet Tea. You do not give a shit about Sweet Tea. This is about you. Toya's relationship with Sweet Tea is all about Toya getting back at Quad. She quickly put Sweet Tea in her place. Quickly put Sweet Tea in her face. How come Phaedra was the one who invited Quad? Quad the one who was there, but you got so much smoke for Sweet Tea. I thought it was love light. We want Sweet Tea to have a good time. Why you yelling at Sweet Tea at her bachelorette party because she being fake with Quad? Because your alliance with Sweet Tea is only because you don't like Quad. And if Sweet Tea is being nice to Quad, there's no reason for you to be aligned with Sweet Tea. And that's why you was the meanest to her. When Simone tried to get to the root of her issue with Quad, you was like, Simone, you don't care, because once again, the only reason why you want to be friends with Simone is if Simone is with you being against Quad. Toya, mask off. This was a mask off moment for you. You just do not want Quad on this show. You are trying to ice Quad out of this show. You are aligned with Sweet Tea so that Sweet Tea can replace Quad, and that's what it is. And that's what it is. This was a mask off moment. That is the only reason why you are pretending like it matters, because Toya is actually right. Quad should not be there. This is Sweet Tea's moment, but Toya don't give a shit about Sweet Tea moment, and she said it when she told Sweet Tea this wasn't her event. This was not her event. That's what you did this for. This was all. Then when it was time to be upset about it, who the first person you yelling at? Sweet Tea, because you're not gonna yell at Phaedra, you're not gonna yell at Quad. So who you gonna yell at? You gonna yell at Sweet Tea. It was rude and it was mean, and once again, Sweet Tea doesn't deserve this. What are you calling Sweet Tea fake and phony for at her bachelorette party? So no, I think in all of this, Toya comes out the worst in all of this, because number one, yes, Phaedra should not invite Quad, but Phaedra is, like I said, Phaedra's going to be messy. Phaedra is here just to be messy, but Toya, the only reason why you care is because you just don't like Quad, and to sit up here and act like you like Sweet Tea just because you just don't like Quad is nasty, because Sweet Tea deserves actual genuine friends on this show, and you're pretending to be that just because you don't like Quad. Anyways, I will see you guys